Good afternoon, it's Andrea Donaldson here, and you'd be laughing along with me if you saw the technical setup for my phone. Right now it's sitting in my glasses case and it's leaning against my Young Living water bottle. And now that I've mentioned that, I really want a drink. But anyway, I'll survive. And I've got my friend, Sandra, and my friend Frank with me, and I'm just going to start this last post about mindfulness, or at least for now, for September and October. It's now the 31st of October. Well, Frank is running out. I'm just going to breathe deeply and focus. Oh, that's good for the brain. So I just wanted to finish the series with something that had puzzled me when I first became aware of essential oils, and as a believer I struggled a bit with the whole concept of chakras, and because of Eastern influence, I guess, and concerned that it was not of the Christian faith. And so I've been doing quite a bit of research this week. You heard me talk about frequencies a couple of days ago. If you haven't listened to that post, maybe listen to that first, and you'll hear where I'm coming from. And so I have a number of references with me, but I want to start with a little story. If someone walked along the street and robbed somebody of their handbag, and that person who was robbed was a mother and she had a small child with her, if the police interviewed both the child and the mother and asked them, what did this person look like, the child may say, oh, he was 10 foot tall and a big giant, and the mother might say, oh, he was about my height, 5'8". So our perspective changes what we see. And so the child, in looking up at that person, would perceive that they're a lot taller than they perhaps really are in true life. And so I want you to keep that in mind as we talk about chakras. Chakras are just a description of how one person has interpreted the human body. And I'm going to give you an alternate description using the same zones, if you like, in the body without the word chakra, and just see how that resonates with you. So it's just how our friends from the Eastern religions and Eastern cultures perceive the world. So today I'm working from a few references. I'm talking again from the Reference Guide for Essential Oils by Connie and Alan Higley, and I'm looking at their emotional release, which is also in the Desk Reference Guide. And I'm going to talk about energy centres, which in some areas would be called chakras. Okay, just language. He's 10 foot tall, he's 5'8", just my perspective, so don't get worried about the words, okay? Look for the truth. I believe the truth will set you free. So I just want to talk about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zones of the body, and they might be called certain things when we're talking about chakras, okay? So let me just give you a description from this sheet, which I found quite helpful. I got this from Abundant Health, is it? Abundant Life? What's it called? I don't know. Oh, gee. Anyway, Abundant Life, I think. Clearing and balancing your chakras. Now, and understanding your chakras, so two sides. And just listen to the words that are used, and then let's think about an alternate view or perspective. Chakras are the energy centres in your body through which energy flows. So what if I said chakras are in fact energy centres? They're areas where your nervous system is incredibly concentrated, and so they're primarily from the brain down the spine to the base of the spine. So in different parts of that spine, and this is where my training as an occupational therapist comes in, I know that there are huge nerve bundles in certain parts where lots of information is coming in from the limbs and going out to the limbs. And so they're an energy centre, because the nerves actually are electrical conductors in our body, and that's part of how that frequency that I talked about the other day works. So I won't go into that too much, but other than just thinking about nervous centres, centres of energy. So these energy centres are directly linked to mental, physical and spiritual attributes. By understanding what each energy centre, chakra, represents and what you can do to keep this energy flowing freely, you can achieve an optimal quality of life for yourself and those around you. So this chart actually goes through more than I'm going to cover today, but I just want to, I guess, really encourage you to look into this with an open mind and ask for wisdom. So we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we are. So I'm going to talk about the 7 areas and some associated glands that are activated from those areas, and therefore where you might be looking in terms of emotional release. So thinking about mindfulness, thinking about mental health. And so the protocol for emotional release involves, I think, 12 different oils. So let's just talk about the energy centres. So the first energy centre is the crown. Now, it's not actually the top of the head, it's just down a little bit. You'll feel a little dip. And that's the energy centre that really looks after cognition and our connection to spiritual matters. So in my faith, my connection to the Lord. The associated glands with this energy centre are the pineal gland. Now, the pineal gland, I talked about earlier in one of my posts, controls our cerebral thought. It also looks after our central nervous system. It's very deep within our brain, and it's also quite involved with sleep. So that's the crown. Then this is where people get a bit bent out of shape. The third eye. The only reason it's called the third eye is that it's right there between the other 2 eyes. So let's not get too worried about third eye. Let's just go this spot right here, okay? And it's about wisdom, it's about thinking, it's about decision making, and the gland associated with that is the pituitary gland, which is incredibly important in our brain to control our hormones or our endocrine system, our nose, our ears, our sinuses, and other parts of our nervous system. So the pituitary gland. Do a little bit of study about that if you want to know more. The third chakra is the throat chakra, okay? And that's about communication, about our voice, about speaking the truth, and expressing our feelings. And it's located in the centre of the throat. It's the glands that's associated is the thyroid gland, very important gland, controlling our jaw, our neck, our throat, our voice, our airways, our upper lungs, the nape of our neck, and our arms coming out of that part of our nervous system. The fourth is the heart, right, or the thymus, the heart chakra. So looking after our love, our joy, our inner purpose, our inner peace. And each of these chakras, or these energy centres, there are recommended oils. I'm not going to go into all of them now. The gland associated with the heart chakra is the thymus, and the thymus controls our heart, our blood circulation, our immune system, our lower lungs, our rib cage, our skin, our upper back, and our hands. The fifth, I'm up to 5, yep, is the solar plexus, okay, and it's sort of just above your belly button. It's connected with our pancreas, which controls our liver, our digestive system, our stomach, spleen, gallbladder, autonomic nervous system, and our lower back muscles. And the solar plexus energy center is about and this is a very interesting one, power, self-worth, self-confidence and self-esteem. Number 6 is the sacral energy center, or the sacral chakra, which is located slightly below the navel, and its associated glands are the reproductive organs. It controls the pelvic area, the sex organs, fluid functions, the kidney and the bladder, if you think about where it's located. And its purpose is our creativity, our soul, our sexuality, and our authenticity. And then our final chakra is the base or root chakra or energy center, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and it's at the base of the spine. So we've covered from the top of our head all the way down our central nervous system, which is our brain and our spine. And this is, it's that base root is, its purpose is survival, security and stability. And if you think about just the way we are made, a lot of our stability, so we don't topple over when we walk, is coming from that region, our pelvis. Okay, and the associated glands with that energy center is the adrenal gland. So it controls our spinal column, our bones, our teeth, our nails, and colon, blood, and the building of cells. So I guess I just wanted to demystify a little bit. And I also wanted to point out, some of you may have got this little guide from Young Living at one point as a gift, and it's 7 essential oils for the 7 chakras, emotional balance with the feelings kit, and grounding essential oils. So it's actually using the oils from the feelings kit, which are forgiveness, harmony, inner child, present time, release, and valor, along with grounding. So grounding is in the Mindfulness collection, so whoever is fortunate enough to receive that, you'll get grounding. But then we've got those other oils in the feelings kit, and it talks about what can block those energy centers, things like fear and guilt, shame and grief, lies, illusions, earthly attachments. So I guess I just encourage you not to be turned off by words, because like that little boy, your perspective is your perspective, and you will see the world slightly differently, but we can all learn from each other if we choose to listen and do a little bit of deeper research. So I hope that's been helpful. Thank you for your attention over these last couple of months. It's been really fun for me to do this research and share with you, and obviously over time I'll add other things to this unit, but I'm signing off for now, and over to the men for Movember, and a new unit that I'll add to the page later today for starting tomorrow. Okay, have a great day. Bye.